Hi, I'm Heather Sims, a Dallas real estate broker. I'm going to tell you something right now that might sound a little crazy. I can usually tell within about 30 seconds how a showing is going to go. Not how the entire deal is going to go if the buyers make an offer on it, but whether a buyer is going to feel excited about the house or start mentally picking it apart. And it all comes down to those first impressions. They are so important. It can't be overstated. So I want to walk you through the main things that buyers notice right away when I walk them through the house, because these are the things that can either pull them in or quietly push them away. The number one thing is smell. We have to start here. This is the one that no one likes to talk about, but smell is a big deal. Buyers won't always say it out loud, but they absolutely notice it. It could be pets, it could be cooking, just kind of a closed up house smell. Cigarettes are the worst, let me just say. But here's the thing, trying to cover it up with a bunch of plug-ins or candles actually makes it worse. So I never advise that people do that. My sellers do that. It's like the smell plus the fragrance, it just raises more questions. And the goal isn't to mask it. It's really to keep things clean and fresh and neutral. So open those windows when you can. Keep the air moving. Simple and clean is always better if you're selling your house. Number 2 is lighting and fans. Lighting is huge. Buyers love light. The brighter and more open a space feels, the better the reaction from buyers. So if a room feels dim or heavy or shadowy, it immediately changes the energy. And yes, this also includes ceiling fans. If they're outdated or dusty or the lighting is dim, buyers always notice that right away. And I'll say this too. Most people love ceiling fans. I'll be honest, I actually kind of hate them. But I fully recognize I'm in the way minority on that, especially here in Texas. But I want them to be updated if they're there. But updated, clean looking, good looking ceiling fans is a win for most buyers. And I actually saw this play out recently in a showing I was doing. It was a showing of a really beautiful $1 million home. And even at that level, the buyers were so impressed by the lighting and the ceiling fan updates that the sellers had done. And of course, at that price point, those buyers could absolutely update those things themselves if they wanted to. But they just really appreciated the fact that the sellers had already taken the time to make those simple and thoughtful updates. It made the home feel more cared for. And definitely more move-in ready, which is what everyone's looking for these days. Flooring is another big one. This is one I've talked about before, but it shows up immediately for buyers. When buyers walk in and within seconds they can see, does the flooring flow or does it feel broken up? You can see 3 different types of flooring in your home in any area. It's disjointed, it feels a little hodgepodge. It can look bad to buyers. Even if technically everything's fine, it affects how a home feels. That first visual is really, really important. Clutter and openness is a big one. I say this a lot in these videos. I feel like buyers don't see your stuff the same way you see your stuff. They're not looking at your collections and thinking, oh, this is just so meaningful. They're just seeing a lot of things, right? They're just seeing a lot of stuff. Curio cabinets, collections, deer heads. I actually have a perfect example of this. I showed a home recently to some buyers. We walked into a room, a small bedroom, a relatively small bedroom. It had a lot of mounted deer heads on the wall. I ended up posting it on Facebook afterwards, and I said something like, I'm just curious what everyone's thoughts are on this. I usually advise sellers not to leave more than 1 or 2 of these deer heads up when we're getting a house ready for sale. I could not believe the number of comments I got. Literally 60 plus probably people saying it was just too much for a showing. It's not that there's anything wrong with it. Hang your deer heads, enjoy them. You worked hard to get them, right? It's just when there's a lot visually going on, like during a showing when you're trying to sell your house, buyers get distracted by this. They stop focusing on the home and they start focusing on your stuff. And that's where staging can make a big difference. We're not getting rid of everything. We're just editing and simplifying and creating a space so that buyers can actually see the home and not your stuff. Visual first impressions. This is talking about curb appeal and what you see the minute you open the front door. It's that first moment of what buyers see when they pull up to the house, and then also what they see when they walk through the front door. Curb appeal matters. But it doesn't have to be complicated. Clean, trimmed, simple, welcoming, and make sure you trim your bushes and stuff like that. When the front door opens, what's directly in front of them? Is it open? Is it bright? Is it inviting? Or are they immediately looking at clutter or something dark or something confusing? That first visual sets the tone for the entire showing. Here's the bottom line. Buyers don't walk through a home analyzing every single detail right away. They feel it first. Those first 30 seconds, they create a feeling. If you can get that right, you're already way ahead of the game before they've even seen the rest of the house. So if you're thinking about selling and you're wondering what buyers might notice in your home right away, I'm always happy to walk through it with you and point out those things for you. No pressure at all. Just here as a resource, if you're in the Dallas area, of course. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you for watching, and I hope this is helpful. And if you do find it helpful, I hope you consider subscribing to the channel And I will be back next week on Thursday for another edition of All Things Real Estate. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
All things real estate and all